Hi, welcome back to Sophia's Art Supply Review. Today I have a product that many of you have asked me to review. This is the Brustro Artist Watercolor Set of 24 colors. The Brustro Artist Watercolor is a product of Creative Hands, a Kolkata-based company. This set is priced at Rs 849, which makes them more expensive than the other Indian brands but less so than their international competitors. But how do they fare when it comes to performance? Let's take a look. Let's look at the outer packaging first. Like all other paint tubes by Brustro, the watercolor tubes also come in a paper box. I do like the aesthetic design, especially the color contrast and these slits that allow you to get a glimpse of the tubes within, but I'm not a fan of the quality. This paper box is too thin and too flimsy and it's not able to contain the tubes inside. Each time I order a similar packed Brustro product on Amazon, the tubes come dislodged from their slots. The set contains 24 tubes of paints of 12 ml each. There are no paint swatches on the packaging, but you can visually see 20 colors through the slit, although 4 remain hidden. When you remove the inner tray, you see the paints laid out in 2 rows. Personally, I find the Brustro tube design very attractive, but I wish there was some distinction across the various product lines. For instance, when the watercolor and gouache tubes are kept together, they look almost similar at the first glance. The color range seems pretty standard and frankly that disappoints me, since Brustro is not a brand that shies away from breaking conventional norms. They have a spunky hot pink and teal in their gouache set and a distinctive opera pink in their half-pan watercolor set. But here there are no surprises. They even decided to retain the white, which incidentally is not a part of their professional watercolor half-pan set. The tubes itself give several details about the paint. For instance, the color name here is ultramarine. The 3+ symbol indicates very high light fastness. The transparent square box indicates that this color is transparent. In contrast, a box that is split like this indicates that the color is semi-transparent, and a box that is opaque indicates that the color itself is opaque. The tube also mentions the pigment that is used to make this color, and in this case it is PB29. I just want to additionally add that all the colors in the set have very high light fastness, with the exception of cadmium orange, which has medium light fastness. Also, for your reference, there is only one transparent color in the box, 15 are semi-transparent and 8 are opaque. Personally, I prefer to have more transparent colors on my palette, and for that reason this may not be such a great combination of colors for me, but this is just a matter of personal choice and largely depends on the subjects that one prefers to paint and their painting style. Let's proceed to do a swatch test. Overall, the colors show good pigment quality and vibrancy, with the exception of the browns here that are looking rather weak. So I'm not doing a comparison of burnt sienna across various watercolor paints to check whether it's actually the case or just my imagination. Now if you check here, you'll notice that the vibrancy of the burnt sienna in the Brustro Artist Tube set is a good deal weaker than even the one in the Brustro Professional Half-Pan set. In fact, the vibrancy is paler even in comparison to a much cheaper Camel Artist Tube and the Doms paint. It just makes me wonder that although the set is branded as an artist's range, is this actually a humbler student-grade variant of the brand? Is this why Brustro had now launched a more sophisticated and definitely better quality professional watercolor pan? This definitely provides food for thought. Let's do a loose watercolor sketch to understand better. The paints are actually nice to work with. They're decently pigmented with good vibrancy. However, there is no wow factor to it. For instance, when I had used the Brustro Professional Half-Pan set, I could instantly make out that the pigments were of good quality and were extremely rich. Even the tiniest touch of water released an impressive amount of paint. But the Brustro Artist Watercolor Tube comes nowhere close in comparison. Overall, I just can't help but feel that the Brustro Artist Watercolor Tube is actually an expensive set of student-grade paint. On the surface of it, there is nothing wrong with the set, but there is also nothing that sets it apart from their much cheaper competitor like Camel or Doms. There are no surprise elements that one usually expects from a Brustro product, like few unconventional colors thrown in. The packaging, although attractive, is pretty standard across all Brustro products, making it difficult to distinguish one product from the other. The pigment quality too, although not bad, doesn't seem to match up with other international brands. So the question is, priced at Rs 849, is this set something that one should invest in? My take on this is that if you're looking at upgrading your less expensive watercolor set and yet you're not ready to invest in a more expensive yet superior international brand, then you can definitely give these a try. However, my recommendation is that if you're a Brustro loyalist and are willing to save up, then give the set a miss and go for the Brustro Professional Half Pan watercolors. They will certainly give you more bang for your bucks. If you enjoyed this video, do click the like button and do subscribe to my channel to watch an art supply review every Wednesday.